I think a lot of developers are taking advantage of the actual market situation.
A bylaw meant to provide more social and affordable housing in Montreal is not working as expected. The bylaw for a diverse metropolis requires developers to include affordable housing or face penalties. However, according to data released by Ensemble Montreal, in the 2 years since the bylaw came into effect, every developer has chosen to pay fines instead of building affordable housing.
Back in 2021, Project Montreal has promised to build over 10 years 60,000 affordable housing in Montreal. And what we notice at the opposition is that over the past 2 years, so since the implementation of this bylaw, there's been no affordable housing that have been built in Montreal, and only 7% for family housing.
Developers who take on projects larger than 4,000 square feet are required to follow the bylaw. According to data released by the city's official opposition, there have been 150 new projects by developers since the bylaw came into effect, creating 7,100 housing units in the city. Yet all real estate developers who entered into an agreement under the bylaw prefer to pay the fine rather than fulfilling their obligations in terms of affordable housing. The amount collected in fees so far, $24.5 million, which has not been enough to build a social housing project.
They should not have this choice.
Catherine Lussier of FRAPRU, a housing rights group, says developers are most likely taking advantage of the bylaw's loophole.
They're actually taking, obviously, the possibility that is offered in the bylaw to basically give the contribution, and then, there is no much trouble. Obviously, when you build a social housing project, you don't make this amount of profit. So it's really, we're selling the city just, to private developers.
The city's official opposition has put forward a motion to City Council to be held accountable. But Montreal Mayor Valérie Plante putting the blame on the province.
It's not the bylaw that is a planning tool that is the problem and doesn't work. It is the fact that the government of Quebec have left out its responsibility to finance social housing.
The City of Montreal also have some responsibilities, and they need to act in their field of competence.
City News reached out to the provincial governments for comments, but did not hear back in time for broadcast. In Montreal, Swidda Rassy, City News.